number of directives were issued since we returned back on Monday and up to yesterday. These directives, they are important. That is key witness, and especially the landowner groups. I'm sure you have read into a lot of this process that we are going through. I'm sitting on the 64th day of the inquiry. And as we prepare ourselves for this morning, so we'll tidy up a lot of areas that we need to get ourselves cleared as we progress on. But before I go any further to deal with this, I now call upon Council to take us through this morning. Thank you, Council.
Good morning, Commissioner. And if I may just formally enter my appearance, Keeper Initialim, Appearance Council Assistant. I noted the appearance of Mr. Motukea Wharf at the bar table this morning, and also I do note the appearance of Mr. Mal Vertimus via video link. And if I could allow Mr. Vertimus to enter his appearance at the beginning to get that out of the way before I move on to the list. Thank you.
Mr. Commissioner, thank you, Mr. Kipper. Mr. Commissioner, for the record, my name is Varitimos, V-A-R-I-T-I-M-O-S, initials M-M. I appear with my learned friend, Mr. Al Evore, E-V-O-R-E, for Curtin Brothers Holdings, NG Limited, and Ballymore number 39 Limited, if the Commission pleases.
Thank you, Council. Varitimos.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner, I'd like to continue this morning with the matters from yesterday. That is leave applications, the submissions for leave applications 6 through to 9, before I move on to the matters that were listed for today. So that's the course that I wish to take. Accordingly, if I may make mention of item number 5 on this morning's daily diary, that's leave application number 6, filed by Mr. No Gagawa Gaigo. This matter was adjourned from yesterday for submissions to be made today.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
For the record, name is No.
Yes.
Gago is my surname. Gaigo is my grandfather's name. I appeared on behalf of Nene Laure Incorporated Land Group, Tatana Village. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just informed me that his lawyer is on the way. He should be here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So if we could have this matter stood down to the latter part of this morning, and he can be heard when he's we can have it re-mentioned when his lawyer is here. So, if Mr. Gawa could be excused.
That's, I'm comfortable with it. You can be excused from the bar stand.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'll move on to item number 6. That is leave application number 7, filed by Araira Lower Bada Community, Tatana Village. Mr. Guava from Sana Lawyers, who represents this application, is here.
Good morning, Mr. Commissioner.
Good morning.
Mr. Commissioner, what is before you today is our submissions. I believe we put on record that as per your directions, we filed our submissions on the 30th of September, 2022, that's last year, and we will be relying on those submissions, Your Honor, your Mr. Commissioner. Mr. Commissioner, I don't intend to go through the submissions verbatim or word by word, except to just highlight a few important issues, unless my land friend can, or the Commissioner has any questions to raise. Mr. Commissioner, for the record, Council's name is Goava, initials JS. I appear for the Araira Laura Bada community, leave application number 7.
Yes.
Mr. Commissioner, my client's position is that they are thankful to to the government of the day for allowing this COI, the Commission of Inquiry, to be established and take its course. And as an affected landowner group, in particular, it's quite distinct. It's not a particular ILG or a family group. It's a community of landowners from the Araira community of Tatana Village. And basically, Mr. Commissioner, their concern is that the procedures and the processes that were allegedly in place at the time, those material times that this particular land was going through, it is their concern that there was never at one point in time proper consultation to identify or at least involve the community. It's a matter of course to have their concerns or any issues that they may have to be raised in the course of the any consultation with the stakeholders. So, Mr. Commissioner, without further going into the technicalities of the submissions, I would just highlight the purpose of the submission. It's at paragraph 2 of our submissions. If I may be allowed to just read. Our client's major objective is to seek an opportunity to be heard as a maximum of equity that dictates the principles of natural justice. In this case, as an aggrieved group of people from Tatana Araira community, they seek justice according to law and equity, to be given a pro and fair opportunity if that opportunity does arise in the course of the proceedings. And this is what actually has happened, and my clients are thankful for that. Apart from that, Mr. Commissioner, all the documentation that forms part of the evidence on the part of my clients is contained in the affidavit of Mr. No Momoru, who's an interested party. And also that includes his supplementary affidavit that was sworn on the 8th of December 2022 and filed on the 9th of December 2022. And I believe, Mr. Commissioner, all the relevant documents were mentioned in yesterday's proceedings by my learned friend, and they form part of the evidence for this group of people that I represent. Mr. Commissioner, with that, I conclude my submissions, unless you have any questions to raise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Council?
Thank you, Commissioner. I have no submissions in response, at least not at this stage. Unless Commissioner has any questions, that brings us to the end of this application, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Or maybe our learned friends, Mr. Veritimus, Mr. Ever, have anything to say in response at this stage?
Mr. Commissioner, thank you, Mr. Kipper. I just like to check with Council Assisting, if I may, if Council Assisting's on target to have the documents delivered by 4:06 today, particularly the landowner documents, because we haven't seen them and we've got no idea what's in them. But to assist the Commission in finishing by the April date, we haven't taken any objection to the process as indicated. But if Council Assisting could just confirm whether the documents are on target to be provided to Ashurst this afternoon, particularly the landowner documents. He could just confirm what the position is. That would be appreciated, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you, Council. Council Assisting.
Yes, those documents will be delivered after today's hearing. We prefer to deliver them by way of a flash drive.
That's the clarification, Council. Veritimus. The documents will be delivered before 4:06 through flash drive. Is that right?
That's right.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Kipper.
That should include the stated documents that you have requested for. And it is based on the earlier directives that I had taken to ensure that these documents reach you before 4:06.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner. If I could just clarify that, Commissioner, except for items 1 and 2, if I can recall correctly, I don't have the list in front of me. Item 1 is email communication between the COI and Gemma lawyers. Commissioner, we don't have access to those emails because those emails were sent, or the email exchanges between Mr. Guerrero using his firm's email and Gemma lawyers. So we do not have those documents on hand at this stage. So I don't think we will be able to deliver those documents this afternoon or after the hearing, the emails that is. Secondly, in relation to the KCHL documents, the exhibit list for that is in the possession of Mr. Guerrero as well, who is still on duty travel. So except for those documents, Commissioner, we will, and the documents listed under C, which is the NEC documents, except for A, B, or C, I think, the rest of the documents, that is the letter of intent, the landowner application documents, plus the transcripts will be delivered before 4:06 today, preferably after the hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Assisting. Council Veritimus, that's the clarification, the position of the documents that council assisting just mentioned in relation to that. You have any comments to add to that?
Just for the record, on behalf of my clients, we continue to reserve our rights in terms of the late delivery and any prejudice that may flow from it. And we'd be very grateful. We understand that Mr. Guerrero is out of Port Moresby until sometime today, and we'd be grateful if Mr. Kipper could speak to Mr. Guerrero as soon as he returns with a view to getting us the documents as a matter of urgency. That would be appreciated if Council Assisting could please arrange that.
Thank you, Councillor Voritimus. I'm aware of that, and I'm going to emphasize again that these documents must be delivered. If it's through the Senior Counsel Assisting, is still on duty travel. That is his duty to ensure that these documents are delivered. It cannot be used as a way of excuse that this document cannot be delivered. Directions have been given, and we need to see this process that have to be complied with so that we progress on. Thank you, Council.
Yeah, Mr. Commissioner, in the circumstances you made it very clear, could you please issue a direction that the documents be provided by, at the latest, 4:06 on Monday, the balance of the documents, A, B and C?
Sorry, Council, can you come again?
I'm respectfully requesting that in relation to the documents that Mr. Kipper has mentioned that he doesn't have possession of because Mr. Guerrero has them, if you could issue a direction that those documents that Mr. Kipper's referred to, that Mr. Guerrero has possession of, if they could be delivered at the latest by 4:06 p.m. Monday to Ashurst, so that Mr. Guerrero has some timetable to stick to.
Yeah, thank you, Council. I'm aware of that, and because of the fact that the Senior Counsel is still on duty travel and is not here in Port Moresby, I will give a direction now that by 4:06 on Monday, these documents must be delivered. So that's a direction that I'm giving now because of the fact that the Senior Counsel is not with us this morning and is still on duty travel. And that's the position that the Commission now has taken. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner, for clarification.
Council, continue.
Thank you, Commissioner. No other matters no other issues or matters in relation to this application. If I could ask for a direction for this matter to be adjourned to the 27th. The 27th of February 2022 for mention, I guess.
That's in reference to, you're asking for the adjournment to 27th
Yes.
for the application?
Yes, this application, yes.
Okay. Council Ashes, you have any comments?
Yes. We don't have any comments about that. If we get the documents by this afternoon, we will endeavour to give a response to Council Assisting in relation to any objections in relation to the material, and hopefully that can be resolved between discussions between Ms. Malieville, Mr. Guerrero and ourselves, so that come the 27th, we have some consensus so the Commission doesn't have to make any unnecessary rulings in relation to the documentation.
Thank you,
So
Councillor.
we don't have any objection to that course, Mr. Commissioner, in short.
Thank you, Councillor Voritimus. I think the understanding is there. So I will now adjourn all those this application to the 27th. That's the direction that I'm giving now. Also on the condition that these documents that I have given earlier direction must be delivered, so that these documents must be served on the ashes, so that they're in possession of the documents before we come to the date of the 27th. I don't want to deal with outstanding issues that we have consented to. We must make sure that those documents serve on them, so that it prepares us when we come to the date of the 27th of February. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner, if Mr. Glover could be excused from the bar table.
Thank you for your presence this morning. You can be excused from the bar stand. Thank you. Mr. Counsel.
Commissioner, I move on to item number 7, which is a leave application number 8, filed by the Inahi Incorporated Land Group, registered ILG number 1153.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
My name is Ripi. The
Yes.
surname is Ripi, and the first name is Noah. I appear on behalf of Inahi Incorporated Land Group this morning. Thank you, Worship.
Thank you. Counsel.
Yeah, this is one of those matters that was adjourned from yesterday to today for submissions, so I'll let Mr. Ripi make his submissions.
Thank you, councillors in the Commission. Mr. Commissioner, Inahi Incorporated Land Group wrote a letter to the Commission and then asked to represent. And then they were told that they have to make submissions. Inahi Incorporated Land Group approached me, and then I asked them what the Commission needs, and I had to get more information before making the application. So I only made an application under Section 8 of the Commission of Inquiry Act, which is to identify if they have a bona fide interest on Motukea Island. With that, Mr. Commissioner, I represent here to help them to identify their interest on the land. With that, I made submissions to the Commission, and in those submissions, I only identified their bona fide interest, nothing more. And those submissions were made through an application that I filed here in the Commission. And that application for leave to join as a party was filed here. And then in that application, I identified their bona fide interest. So, Mr. Commissioner, in reference to the terms of reference, it is stated in there very clearly that landowners are supposed to come here and then only identify their bona fide interest. With that, I acted under terms of reference the quadruple 4Ds to identify that. And in that, Mr. Commissioner, I only filed documentation on the history of the island, how it was acquired in the beginning until today, in its current state. That is all I did. There is nothing mentioned in here about whatever happened currently is not in the submissions. So, Mr. Commissioner, with that, on the 30th of 11/2022, I filed a summary of the submissions I made regarding their bona fide interest. And that summary was filed on the 30th 11/2022. So if there is anything that the Commission wishes to know, I will act further on that. It's just that I identified their bona fide interest. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you. Council?
Thank you, Commissioner. If this application could be adjourned to the 27th as well?
Yes, Council, I agree with that. Your submission will be here together with the others on the 27th of this month. That's the direction that I'm giving now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you for your attendance. This morning you can be excused from the bus. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Item number 8 is leave application number 9, filed by Ikupu Gavera and Namuria Horsberg from Laurina clan, Tatana village.
Yes.
Mr. Commissioner, before we start the next application, could I just state for the record, and I won't state at the beginning of each of the landowners' submissions, but we continue to reserve our rights, or I continue to reserve rights on behalf of my clients, Curtin Brothers Holdings and Baddingmore number 39 Limited, in respect of the submissions, including an opportunity to respond, of course, or object to material once we've seen what they've actually provided to the Commission. And I just place it on the record, and I don't wish to reiterate it in relation to every landowner group that starts talking. If I could just place it on the record in relation to all of them.
Thank you, Council. Councillor Assisting.
Yes, that's fine. My friend is just stating his position in relation to the documents that are produced and given the state of play, so that's understood.
That's the clarification, Council Varitamus, from Council Assisting. To ensure that.
Thank you, Mr. Kipper. I appreciate that from Mr. Kipper and Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you.
Commissioner, I do not think there is a representative for leave application number 9 that's present here this morning. So in those circumstances, if I could ask for a direction for leave application number 9 to be adjourned to next week, Monday.
I have no problem with that. I now give direction that leave application number 9 will be returnable on Monday at 10 a.m.
That's Monday the 20th, I think.
The 28th, yes.
Monday the 20th for hearing.
For hearing, yes.
Yes, and we'll notify the applicants again. Thank you. Moving on to item number 9. Item number 9. Sorry. Commissioner, item 9 is a hearing of a leave application. Oh, well, I might as well deal with it. Item number 9, Commissioner.
Yes.
It's a leave application number 14, filed by Nenahi clan, Vadio Daura, Tatana Village, by Patrick Haino.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Commissioner.
Good morning.
Council Assistant. For the record, the name is Pierre Haino. I appear for and on behalf of my father, Patrick Haino, and the descendants of Vadio Daure, Nenehi clan, Tatana village. This is for leave application number 14,
Yes.
as listed in today's daily diary as agenda item number 9. Mr. Commissioner, we were issued directions yesterday for application to be heard today.
Yes.
And we believe the council has consented to our application. So if we may ask the council to guide us through. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner. That is the correct representation of the position taken by me. And as is the case, as was the case with all other landowner applications, that is the leave applications, this is uncontested, Commissioner. We've had appraisal of the application seeking leave to attend the Commission of Inquiry, and we've formed the view that it addresses the terms of references in relation to the historical dealings of the subject land. And in those circumstances, Commissioner, I will ask for a direction for leave to be granted to Patrick Haino on behalf of the Nenehi clan, Vadio Daure, to appear in this Commission of Inquiry. Thank you, Commissioner.
So are you seeking direction for the,
Leave to be granted to appear in this inquiry.
and it will be returnable on what date?
I propose to ask for a direction to have it returned next week,
I want a specific date,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, which is the 21st.
Yes.
I'm comfortable with that.
For submissions.
For submission.
Yes.
Thank you, Council.
If Commissioner could just give a direction for leave to be granted first.
Yes, I give direction that leave be granted.
Thank you, Commissioner. And further, Commissioner, there's some documentation here that they've produced. If I could just use this opportunity to have them tendered to be marked for identification at this stage. And the documents are, one is a cover letter dated 13 February 2023 by Patrick Haino to the Secretary to the Commission.
Yes.
That can be IDLA 14.1.
Yes.
Number two is the application seeking leave to attend the Commission of Inquiry,
Yes.
dated or filed on the 13th of Feb 2023 as well. If that could be marked as IDLA 14.2.
IDLA 14.2.
Yes. And there is an affidavit by Patrick Haino, sworn on the 13th of February 2023
Yes.
and filed on the same date. If that could be marked as IDLA 14.3, Commissioner. Of course, we will have this served on the interested parties,
Yes.
and if this matter could be returned for submissions on the 21st of February 2023, and if Mr. Aino or his representative could be directed to file the submissions by close of business on Monday.
Thank you, Council. There's two directions here. Firstly, the leave is granted. And secondly, you have to file your submission, which will be returnable on the 21st, but your submission must reach the Commission and to the other parties as well before the 21st. So you have the opportunity to ensure that the submission reaches. Not submitted on the day of the hearing. That must be very clear. Thank you.
Mr. Commissioner, well noted. If I may also ask the Commission to issue further directions in relation to service of landowner application documents on us electronically before the 27th, is that correct? When the other applications return.
Take time. I'd like to know, you want
The-
further direction on
Service of documents. The
service of documents?
Yes.
Yes.
The landowner, the other applications that are already before you.
Okay. Council?
Electronically, that is.
Can we
Commissioner,
have a bit more clarification on this?
Commissioner, none of the other landowners have been served the applications of each other, Commissioner. So, that opportunity, well, they have not asked or for a direction to the effect.
Council, before you continue, you raise a point on this service. Yes. I know the landowners are coming in different groups, but in terms of your statement and information that you have, I don't know what kind of benefit the other group has, because information could be the same, or could be the repetition of the same old thing that we just carry on with. So I don't know the levels of complexity in the way you trying to get it here, because I believe the landowners are not on the same frequency. Is that right? And if they are not on the same frequency, then how do we resolve this? If you're asking for that, that document must be also served on you electronically. Council?
Commissioner, the position is I would have to respectfully oppose the application for directions as sought on the basis that all these landowners are here to assist the Commission in terms of the term of reference 1D, quadruple D, unless there are serious allegations are made against my friend here, Mr. Heino, then he'd be entitled to ask for those documents in order to respond to those allegations. However, I can confirm that there's none at this stage, so I would have to oppose the application sought. Thank you.
Just by way of observation, because I'm also dealing with the limitation of time, and if you're asking for the, how much time do we have when we start to deal with all those things? Because we're trying to wrap up a lot of the submissions and get on with the business of dealing with all the major issues that are highlighted in the submission. Don't drag us backward to deal with things that we should have dealt with already. That would create further delays. So that's the reason why it's an observation from the commission that I'm just addressing. You not might be aware of the time that I'm seeing it in the way things are being conducted here. And if you're going to delay some of those things, it will have the effect on others. So while I'm trying to be comfortable, I have to make sure that I'm also aware that what we are going through. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. I believe we are comfortable with that,
Okay.
since the other applicants have also not been served. So we withdraw our application for service. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Sorry, you want to?
Withdraw it.
So you're not going to pursue that, so I'm giving
Yes.
direction that your further direction that you asked will be withdrawn.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Council, take note of that.
Thank you. That's it for us, Mr. Commissioner, if I may be excused.
Thank you. I'm satisfied with your presence this morning, and thank you for your presentation. You can be excused from the bus, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner, I think I should go back to item number 6. Leave application number 7 that was first mentioned and stood down.
Is the council here already?
Not yet, Commissioner.
How do you want to proceed now with this if the council is not here?
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. I'm very sorry for causing any inconvenience. I have spoke to council assistant that if this commissioner to adjourn my presentation of submission to Monday next week, if possible. Otherwise, then I have no choice to present my written submission. Thank you.
Council? He is seeking an adjournment. What is your position on that?
Well, there's two options. We can let him go through his submission, which I believe he will go through verbatim, and it may take time. It'll take time. And the other option is to have it adjourned to Monday and make sure that his lawyer comes and speaks to the submission.
Will you be ready this afternoon at 1 p.m.?
Yes, I think so.
you think.
Yeah.
And I'm saying you have to be definite.
My council have just text me that he will be present in 11 o'clock. So,
You speak up. I mean, I cannot hear you clearly.
yeah, my council has just text me up and
I just text you.
yeah, said that he will be present, but it's around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. So
Around what?
Around 11 or 12. So I hope.
12 is lunch break. I have said at 1 p.m. Are you comfortable?
Yes, I'm comfortable.
Or council, you want this adjournment to go on to Monday next week, or we proceed this afternoon?
Commissioner, we might finish the balance of the matters in the next 30 minutes or so,
Yes.
or 1 hour at the most. It's just a tendering of documents to be marked for identification purposes.
Yes, yes.
So I don't think that's going to take too long. So if we adjourn to, it's more convenient to adjourn to Monday to have it heard with the other matters than to wait for just the one matter to be heard this
All right.
afternoon, the
I'm
Commissioner.
comfortable with that. So I give direction that you will return back on Monday, the 20th, to deal with the application, submission.
And Commissioner, if that could be the final adjournment to be given, we're trying to deal with all the landowners' matters and
Yeah.
have them finished this week, if not, well, by Tuesday of next weekend.
Yes. I'm on the impression that when we adjourn to today, you'll be ready. This is final to Monday. Anything after Monday, it won't be entertained. Is that clear?
Yes, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you for your presence this morning. And you can be excused from the basin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I move up the list to item number 1. That is leave application number 10 by Chief Haraka Borama, Chairman of Kaiwaga ILG, Sasivan.
Yes.
Commissioner, Chief Haraka Borama is not present this morning.
Was he informed of this morning hearing?
I'm sorry, Commissioner?
I mean, the Chief Araka Borama, Chairman, was he informed that there's a hearing this morning?
I believe so, Commissioner. In any event, I wish to proceed with the tendering of the documents that they've produced to the Commission.
Because from my record here is that he has missed, this is the second time now.
Well, Commissioner, he has to show interest in it. Everyone else is appearing.
Yes. So what, you want us to issue an adjournment or?
All right, then. We'll have this adjourned to next week, Tuesday.
This is the final adjournment.
Oh, well, Commissioner, we need to, before they do submissions, then we need to have these documents
Okay. So
Could you
we get
formally
his
to
submission
the
first.
Sorry?
We have to get his submission first. to be
We can have it
submitted.
adjourned and sort those out when he attends.
Okay, all right, okay. That's all right.
leave application number 10 to be adjourned to Tuesday, the 21st of February at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I give direction that leave application number 10 be adjourned to Tuesday,
Yes.
which is the 22nd of February.
Yes.
21st, sorry,
21st, yes.
My apology, 21st of February. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I make mention of item number 2 on the
Yes.
list, which is leave application number 11, filed by Mr. Gaudure of the Tana Motu clan, Baroni village.
Yes.
Mr. Maliva and Mr. Commissioner, before we move to that matter, could I just clarify something? Yesterday, documents were marked for identification in relation to leave application 6, 7, 8 and 9. Mr. Maliva's made mention about leave application 10 and some others. I assume that Mr. Kipper's got documents in relation to leave application 10 and others. Are they going to be which haven't been marked for identification yet? Are those, if I get clarification, are those documents going to be included in the documents that Ashurst received this afternoon? That is, the documents in relation to the landowner applications for all the leave applications, will they be included in the flash drive? Otherwise, it's very much going to slow down the process.
Yes, all the landowner applications from leave application number 6 all the way up to 14 will be delivered to Ashurst.
Thank you for that clarification, Mr. Kipper.
Yeah. Thank you, Council Voritimus and Council Assisting. That's a clarification. All of these documents will be delivered together with the others by 16:06 today. Council.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
For record, the name is Gaudi Ray,
Yes.
the chairman and clan leader for Tanamoto clan of Baroni. It's applicant number 11 in this commission of inquiry. Mr. Commission, we have actually, firstly, would like to apologize for the directions given for the submissions to be submitted before close of business on Tuesday. Unfortunately, the lawyers have actually delayed us in that manner. So we actually take this time to give our apologies to this commission. We by now have the submissions ready and are ready to go to our submission. But before then, believe there's directions for document identifications to be done first. So I wish to give this back to the council assistant to
Thank you, Council.
direct us through the.
Thank you, Commissioner. Well, there's about 2 documents that were filed. First is the application filed on 19th of October 2022. If that could be marked as ID LA 10.1, ID LA 11.
ID LA
11.1, sorry.
Okay.
The second document is the affidavit of Gaudi Ray,
Yes.
filed on the 19th of October 2022 as well. If that could be marked as ID LA 11.2.
Yes.
Those are the only documents that were filed.
Thank you.
Commissioner, Mr. Gaudi Ray is ready to make submissions today. and he's seeking to hand up a copy of the submissions. If there's no objections from any other parties, then I might as well allow him to go through
Sorry,
this.
I cannot hear you clearly.
Mr. Ray would like to make submissions today. He's ready to make submissions.
Yes.
So if there's no objections from my friend, Mr. Vertimus, or any other person, then we might as well let him do his submissions.
Councillor Voritimus,
We have no objection to him making submissions, again, reserving our rights to object or make submissions in reply. Object to various parts, if necessary, at a subsequent time, and also to make submissions at a subsequent time. But given the tight time frame, again, we're seeking to accommodate the Commission with the roadmap. So we obviously have to reserve our position because we haven't seen the submissions, but we have no objection to him actually making submissions, but we will need to consider it and reply as appropriate.
thank you, Councillor Voritimus. Councillor Assisting.
Yes, that's noted. And Mr. Gaudi could be allowed to make his submissions.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners. The Commission pleases. First of all, I would like to seek leave of this Commission to end my submission. If I can serve a copy to the Council.
The leave is granted.
For associate, please, let's say. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Commission. This is our submission into the Commission of Inquiry, the sale and purchase of Motukea International Wharf, dated 17th of February, 2023.
Yes.
We go through our submission by, firstly, the extract of submissions, an interested party into the Commission of Inquiry into the sale and purchase of Motukea International Wharf. Our item number 1 is, I make reference to the above. My name is Gaudi Ray. I am a clan leader and spokesperson of Tanomotu clan of Baruni village. We have been joined as an interested party in this Commission of Inquiry, and as such, to assist the Commission with its investigation, we will make submission pursuant to the amended terms of reference, 1 bracket D, quadruple D, and bracket D. Items A and B. Secondly, our foregoing submission will be relying on the facts and evidence deposed to in the affidavit of myself, Mr. Gaudi Ray of Tanomotu clan of Baruni village, sworn on the 18th of October 2022 and filed with the Commission of Inquiry on the 19th of October 2022. A, illegal acquisition of customary land in guise of portion 3360 without proper consultation and recognition of customary landowners. Item 3, the Tanomotu clan of Baruni village is a Koitabu clan. Our ancestors are the original landowners of Port Moresby before the Motuan clan settled. As such, we own the land and the seafront around Motukea area and have been dealing with the land. My clan in that token has substantial ownership rights in the land. 4, I am aware that 1990, Michael Keaton Brothers Limited had purchased the Motukea Island from the state without any consultation with the landowners being my clan. Over the years, we saw the land being flattened into the dockyard to facilitate the current wharf, damaging the environment around it. Given the passage of time and the level of awareness, we have so far been marginalized. Item 5, in 2010, the Tanamotu clan through me sold around 20 hectares of our customary land adjacent to Motukea Wharf to Ketten Brothers Limited through its subsidiary company, Balimo 39 Limited. Prior to that, Ketten Brothers Limited purportedly owned only the Motukea Island, but not the land on the shore bordering the island. The shoreline is described as portion 2671 or Ranubada in Custom. This area of land now houses most of Ketten Brothers' storage facility, including the customs area. Ketten Brothers are now based on that area after selling the Motukea Wharf area to PNG Ports. Item 6, the entire island of Motukea is described as portion 2893. However, the land adjacent the island now consisting of the wharf owned and operated by PNG Ports Corporation Limited was backfilled and reclaimed by Ketten Brothers, where it was converted into a state list described as portion 2291, 3290, and 3291, without consultation with us, the customary landowners, and adhering to the process under the Land Act 1996. Item 7, on or around the 24th of February 2015, portion 2893 was subdivided into portion 3359 and 3360 by Balimo 39 Limited. During the process of subdivision, the land area consisting of portion 2291, which was illegally acquired, was consolidated into portion 3360. Portion 3360 was then sold to PNG Ports Corporation in 2015. It now houses the Motukea International Wharf. The entire acquisition was done without any due diligence, nor were the customary landowners consulted. Ketten Brothers, through Balimo 39, unjustly enriched itself through all these dealings. B, we actually look into illegal acquisition of customary land consisting of the causeway built into the Motukea Wharf. The Tanamotu clan, in conjunction with Kaivaga clan of Baruni, through ancestral lineage, and ties own the land areas just adjacent to Motukea Port, which currently facilitates the causeway access into the port. In 2016, the Kaivaga Incorporated Group obtained an ILG title over the land comprising of around 170 hectares known as portion 3646C, Sasiva. The ILG title bordered the PNG Ports Wharf facility, Being agreed that this was done without my clan's knowledge, I challenged the certificate of title issued at the National Court in proceedings styled as OSJR 551 of 2017, Gaudi Ray versus Kaivaga ILG and others. Since the causeway was within our portion 3646C, 46 Sasiva, I applied for OSJR 551 of 2017, Gaudi Ray versus Kaivaga ILG and others, to obtain a restraining order against PNG Ports from using the causeway. PNG Ports vigilantly filed affidavits to defend itself. Item 12, affidavits of Ian Hayden Smart, Chief Commercial Officer of PNG Ports Corporation Limited. In an affidavit deposed on the 21st of February 2018, Mr. Smart deposed the following matters. A, Mr. Smart annexed a state lease of the current port facility, which was owned by Balimo 39 Limited, commencing in 2015, described as portion 3360. The state list was issued only on the 28th of February 2015 to Balimo 39 Limited. On the 3rd of March 2015, a week after the title was issued, Balimo 39 Limited obtained a loan from the Bank of South Pacific, which the bank had its charge on the title. The mortgage was discharged on 3rd of March in 2015, and on that same day, the title was transferred to PNG Ports Corporation Limited, and other encumbrances or charges was registered on the title by Bank of South Pacific Limited. C. Mr. Smart indicated in paragraph 10 of his affidavit that the causeway together with portion 3360 are subject of the contract of sale with Balimo Tedina Limited, which they purchased for a total sum of 725 million. After the sale, a 350 million loan was obtained to construct the Motukea port facility and the causeway. Mr. Smart deposes in paragraph 13 that the causeway was on a state list and it had been declared a state land on the 19th of December in 2013. Item 13, affidavit of Brian Ulrich, land consultant to PNG Ports. Mr. Ulrich deposed an affidavit on 28th of February 2018. In that affidavit, he deposed the following matters. A, at paragraph 6, he indicated that he applied for purpose of facilitating the causeway, an area containing 2.5 hectares of classroom land to be compulsory acquired by the state under Section 5 of the Land Act in 2013. B, a notice of threat was published. Notice of threat was published in the National Gazette number G563 dated 19 December 2013. A copy of the Gazette was annexed to his affidavit as Annex C. Item 14. I was writing letters to IPBC and ports and made due inquiries on behalf of my clan, but I was not even notified of these two parties that land was compulsory acquired. I came to understand that behind all this lack of response, they did not own the land and the port facility, but they were privy to know how the land was acquired as part of their due diligence, like any reasonable person would be before purchasing an asset of 725 million and then further obtaining a 350 million loan to develop it. Upon reading the affidavits, I became aware that A, the land consisting of the causeway was illegally acquired by Balimo Tedina Limited without even consulting us, the landowners, and was sold as part of the package of the entire port facility to PNG Ports under a contract of sale. B, PNG Ports were aware of the lack of landowners being involved and were ignorant or were just happy to deal with Balimo Tedina Limited. C, there is probable cause to assume that the land also consisting of portion 3360 housing the port facilities was illegally acquired by Balimo Tedina Limited through backfilling of the sea. It was not initially part of the Motukea Island that it owned. It was sold to PNG Ports with Ketton Brothers still owning the original Motukea. This was done because when observing the title of portion 3360, it was a product of a subdivision where a new title was issued in 2015. Item 16, as landowners, my clan and I have been marginalized in our own land. The worst part is the state entities were involved in these illegal dealings at our expense. Balimo Tedina Limited and Ketton Brothers Limited enriched themselves through this dealing where they ended up being paid for land they did not own in the first place. Item 17. In OSJR 501 of 2017, Gaudi Ray versus Kaiva ILG and others consented to split the ownership of the land, and the proceeding was discontinued in 2018. Currently, part of the land consisting of around 30 hectares between the causeway and Ketton Brothers storage yard is owned by my clan, under an investment company called Mabata Investment Limited. But on so far, the title does not cover the causeway. In conclusion, it is important for the Commission to note that the land reclamation in expanding Motukea Island to develop it into Motukea Wharf, it is today involved in backfilling a significant portion of the sea area around the island. This backfilling destroyed the marine life and essentially the traditional fishing grounds used by McLean. We are not aware of any environmental or sociological awareness carried out prior to this happening, and neither were we consulted. We have yet to be compensated for these losses and also the loss of any land payment due to us from acquisition of the Motukea Island. In relation to the issue of how the causeway in part of our customary land became part and parcel of the contract sale between PNG Port Corporation Limited and Balimo 39 remains outstanding, and this is what we seek to find answers through this inquiry as it relates to the specific terms of reference as I mentioned above. We believe that Balimo 39 has unjustly enriched itself from selling our land, and we seek damages and reparations for this loss. Item 20, we therefore humbly make the submissions and request that the Commission make findings confirming our ownership rights and recommendation for the Tanomotu clan to be compensated for damages to their land and fishing areas and land payments it is entitled to. This is our submission, respectfully submitted. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you, Ray, for the submission. Council?
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner, if the submission just handed up today could be marked as well.
Yes, I direct that the today's submission be also. I'm directing that it also be given to Council Maritimos by 6 today.
Yes, and if the ID number, ID LA 11.3 could be assigned to it.
Yes, ID LA
11.3.
11.3, confirm. Yes.
Let's see. Commissioner, that brings us to the conclusion of leave application number 10.
Thank you. Thank you for your presence this morning.
Leave application number 10. 11. If Mr. Gaudray, Commissioner, if leave application number 11 could be adjourned to the 27th as well?
Yes, I now give direction that the leave application will adjourn to the 27th together with the others.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ray could be excused.
Thank you for your presence this morning and for your submission. You can now be excused from the Boston. Thank you,
Mr. Commissioner.
Commissioner, next item is item number 3, that is leave application number 12, filed by Mr. Kennedy Kevin of the Naurina clan of Tatana village.
Yes.
Mr. Kevin is not present this morning. If this one could be adjourned to next week, Tuesday, the 21st of February 2023 at 10 a.m.
Yes, I give direction on that as well, that application number 12 returns on Tuesday, is it?
Yes, the 21st of February.
21st of February. for hearing. Thank you, Council.
Commissioner, the last item on today's list is leave application number 13, filed by Mr. Nigel Mark Jones from Tatana Village.
Yes.
Mr. Jones is appearing via video link.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Commissioner and Council Assistant.
Good
Firstly,
morning.
I'd like to thank you for having me up here on behalf of Thomas Noah Jones' family in your inquiry. I'd like to inform the Commission that we have already submitted our documents, and I'd like to go through briefly, in chronological order, the documents that we submitted. On the 16th of November 2022, my sister Heva Jones Varua submitted a brief submission by me with an annexure of the land title transfer. She lodged it at your office. And on the, moving on the 1st of December 2022, our lawyer John Sebi of Jopo Lawyers submitted a cover letter plus 13 documents that I supplied him. Moving on, this week, on Monday, I submitted my own submission and plus 7 more documents. I actually emailed them to the Secretary of the Inquiry. And on Wednesday, I did email an additional document, which is an agreement between Balimo number 39 and Balimo number 49, which I did not email on Monday. And finally, I did email my own sworn affidavit yesterday afternoon to the Secretary of the Inquiry. And with this, I'd like to ask the Commission to consider all my documents and probably give them label. That's all I have to say for now.
Thank you, Mr. Nigel Mark Jones, Council.
Yes. Thank you, Commissioner. If I could just go through the process of tendering the documents, which Mr. Nigel has filed and some of which he has mentioned. So, Commissioner, the first document is a submission dated 16 November 2022.
Yes.
If that document could be marked as IDLA 13.1.
IDLA 13.1.
Yes.
Yes.
The next document is entitled as Registration of Interest Letter, comprising 108 pages.
Yes.
If that could be marked as IDLA 13.2.
Yes.
The next document is a statutory declaration
Yes.
dated 15 February 2023.
Yes.
If that could be marked as IDLA 13.3.
Yes.
The next document is Ballymore number 39 Proprietary Limited Company Shareholder Structure.
Yes.
Commissioner, if that could be marked as IDLA 13.4.
Yes.
The next letter is IDLA 13.5. Sorry. The next document is letter from Curtin Brothers to Tuva and Associates, dated 15 Feb 2023. That's the date on which it was filed on 15 Feb 2023. And if that could be given the ID number IDLA 13.5.
Yes.
The next document is a memo from Curtin Brothers to Tuva and Associates. That was filed on the 15th of February 2023. If that could be marked as IDLA 13.6.
Yes.
The next document is loan agreement between Michael Curtin and Thomas Dowry Jones and Our Jones. That was filed on 15 Feb 2023. If that could be marked as IDLA 13.7.
Yes.
The next document is an agreement between TRA number 26 PTY Ltd and Ballymore number 39 PTY Ltd, filed on 15 Feb 2023. If that could be marked as IDLA 13.8. The next document is a sublease agreement between Ballymore number 39 and Ballymore number 46. That was filed on 15 Feb as well, 2023. If that could be marked as IDLA 13.9. And the last document is a sublease agreement between Ballymore number 39 and Ballymore number 46, filed on 15 Feb 2023, and if that could be marked as IDLA 13.10. Commissioner, those are all the documents that were filed by Mr. Jones. Subject to the position to be confirmed by Mr. Jones, if he is ready to make oral submissions today, then we should allow him to do that. If not, Commissioner, I will ask for a direction for this matter to be adjourned to Tuesday and for submissions there. Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Commissioner and Council Assistant. I'd like to point out that the affidavit that I submitted through email yesterday has not been mentioned by the Council Assistant.
Yes. Council?
Commissioner, that might have we might have missed that by way of an oversight, but we'll dig that up and have it included as included and assigned a number accordingly.
Yeah. Sorry.
Mr. Commissioner, just on that issue, if Mr. Kipper could just check that when he gives us the flash drive, it includes that affidavit, it would be appreciated.
Sorry, Mr. Vertimus. Can you come again?
I'm just saying to Mr. Kipper, it would be appreciated when he provides the flash drive to Ashurst this afternoon that it includes that affidavit that Mr. Jones has just referred to.
Yes. Yes, we'll have that included.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I also understood, but I may be corrected, and Mr. Jones can correct me if I'm wrong, I understood that Mr. Jones was indicating that he didn't have any other submissions to make. He was relying on the documents. I may have misinterpreted that, and perhaps Mr. Jones could clarify that. I don't think he was actually asking for more time, but if Mr. Jones doesn't mind clarifying that, that would be appreciated.
Thank you, Council Mal. Mr. Jones, you have any other thing to say?
Yes, I'd like to ask if I got a couple of documents that I still need to send through. If I can be allowed to do that.
Will you repeat?
I'm just asking Commissioner.
it's quite difficult to get what you're saying. Would you repeat again?
Yeah, Mr. Commissioner, I'd like to ask if it's possible. I still need to submit a couple of documents that I need to send through.
If it is possible to adjourn. Or send.
Yes, send the document, sorry.
Okay, I get you. Council, is asking the question if it's
Yes.
possible to send a document.
I will send today. Yes.
Or is it possible to send the additional document? Now I got it. My apology. Yeah. Council?
So Mr. Jones is asking for an adjournment for him to enable him to send the documents. That's the application, right, Mr. Jones?
I was trying to give my brief verbal submission, but thinking after this inquiry finish, I'll go and send a couple of documents. Right away, would that be possible, or just asking your opinion?
Commissioner, I leave it to your discretion to decide whether we should allow an adjournment for Mr. Jones to file or submit further documents, or should we have it set down for hearing next week, Tuesday? It depends on how helpful those documents are going to be to the Commissioner in relation to the term of reference.
It really depends on your preparedness on how you approach this. I'm comfortable that I can direct it, that you'll be heard next Tuesday for the hearing. Council?
Yes,
If
that's...
this is the position, I'm making a direction that it returns on Tuesday.
Commission pleases.
Okay. Thank you. That's a direction.
Thank
you, Mr. Commissioner and the Council Assistant.
Thank you.
Commissioner, those are all the matters for today. There are no other matters. If Commissioner has any further any remarks or issues to address, then I leave it to the Commissioner. Otherwise, this inquiry should be adjourned to next week, Tuesday.
Thank you, Council. Just to recap on some of the important issues that I have discussed and agreed upon earlier on. Number one is that we comply to all those directives, that all these documents that I have directed be given to Ashes by 1660, including the recent one that we just had on the landowners' submission. That's the direction. And when we return back on the 28th, which is Monday, we are also dealing with other issues that have been adjourned to the date, including some of the key witnesses also of interested persons. We have covered a lot of areas that is urgently needed, but at the same time, natural justice must be seen as we are also in compliance with that, and therefore I must re-emphasize again that these documents must be delivered by 1660 to give effect to what we have already discussed, so that we allow the process of things to move the way we want in light of our roadmap and the duration of time that we have. That's my observation this morning, and I thank you all for coming this morning. Thank you for all the presentation and your submission. And until I see you on Monday next week, Associate, we can now adjourn all the matters to next Monday. Thank you.